Hey, what's up guys? It's Christmas Eve. I'm heading home. I thought today I would introduce you to another machine from the stable. Well, let's go have a quick look at that M4 GT4. Oh man. Nice. See if the polarizer will work. I can't see a thing. There's a hint of a blue sky out there, and I'm on my way home from Ring again, but rather than take the direct way through Kelberg, I thought I'd show you the nice, lovely little way past the Porsche test centre, the super secret Porsche test centre, and there's some nice little roads down there, so join me as we head off through the Eiffel on some, maybe some less explored roads on my hunk of 1993 Superbike technology. Let's go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a beautifully mild Christmas Eve morning here in Nürburg. And we're going to leave the village today and go up past the Grand Prix circuit. Okie dokie. I've got a totally new mic set up for today. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more civilized, let's say, civilized. As we leave the village here on the 1993 Triumph Daytona 1200, in case you were wondering. And this bike is 100% standard, which for 1993 means, let's just say, at least 125 horsepower at the back wheel. I think it's claimed to be about 138 or something, but this is a nice healthy one. I've put a lot of time and effort into this one, and we're going to head out towards my house over at Sarmersbach, and we're going to go through Kelberg, but we're not going to go the way that I went the other day when I did that winter vlog. Today's winter vlog is going to take us past a little village called Welcherath. Well, not past actually, directly through, to be fair. Man, it was quite nice, but now it's raining again. Welcherath isn't famous for much, but here at the Nürburgring, it's noteworthy for being the home of the secret Porsche test centre. And I use the word secret very, very loosely. The reason I call it secret is because they're very, very careful about not putting any Porsche signs anywhere. So there is nothing that you're going to see today that makes you think that this is a Porsche test centre. I mean, nothing at all, nothing at all. It's a very weird, sprawling building with a lot of security, physical security, digital security, and it's all there, and there's not a single Porsche badge to be seen. But you have to trust me when I say that is the Porsche test centre at the Nürburgring. What you see at Manti Radar is the public, customer-facing side of things. Oh, just little rain clouds marching across the Eiffel landscape, dropping showers as they go. If my beard is rubbing on the microphone, I can only apologise. This is still very much work in progress. Today we're running with a little polarising filter on the camera. And we're running in 4K Super View with the first bit of stabilising put on, but not the boost. For those of you who are technically interested in these kinds of things. So this is Welcherath, and you'll notice we're barely a minute or so from the Nürburgring main entrance. We've got some brand new apartments here on the right. your Feuerwehr building. And this is a lovely little road that we're going to follow now. That's going to take us over to Kelberg. If you guys are over here next year and enjoying the area, you'll love all this side of the Nürburgring. Between here and the A48 is just all gorgeous little country scenic roads. So as we come to leave Welcherath, we get to this building here. And you look at it now and you think, oh, little grey building, that's nice, cute. Well, that little grey building goes all the way back down here. Fences all the way in front of it, as you can see, so you can't see what's parked in there. Another grey building there, and then behind it, a massive power station, fenced off out of sight, but there's a load of electric fast chargers there as well. And obviously as the Taycan started to reach production status, we saw more and more of the test cars coming out of that test centre, and that's why they built an entire power substation there. Now we're going to follow this little bumpy road down the hill to the next village, Reimerath. And this little route is also going to take us past Ring Freaks and RingToys. For those of you who know your Nürburgring companies. And there's a little workshop on the top of this hill here, and this was used by Nismo quite a lot, and it's for sale now. Oh, nice Lotus, very nice. He's parked there he's parked on the street there like most days. So this is a lovely brand new building and workshop here, but I think they wanted like over €1 million for it. Strong money. And this house, I've never seen it for sale, but I would be interested. Right. Now leaving Reimerath, heading for Huhnerbach. Huhne is chicken and Bach is a beck or a stream, so I like to think of it as Chicken Beck. We're going to Chicken Beck. Or Chicken Creek. Yeah, that's a better translation of Bach, isn't it? Because Beck, again, is an old English word, which is coming from the German, from the Saxon. But I think a better description for the more modern English would be a creek. So we're going to go to Chicken Creek now. Not the best day for a ride on a 140 horsepower superbike, is it? But you've got to take these opportunities when you can. A gefährliches Ausfahrt. That doesn't mean a dangerous breaking of wind. An Ausfahrt is an exit in German, not a farting out. We've got some works here down in Chicken Creek, but it's not too dirty, looks okay to me. Oh, we've got some traffic lights. And they've just changed. So let's take the opportunity to introduce you to my wonderful Triumph 1200. And if you don't know much about Triumphs, this is like when Triumph was big the first time round, yeah? 60s through to the 70s, when they were really popular and they were iconic. They were also popular and iconic for the wrong things as well as the right things. Things like leaking oil, been unreliable, blah blah blah. But they were cool bikes. Unfortunately, the Japanese just murderized them in marketing, in sales, in technology, in building better bikes and selling them more. Triumph were unfortunately murderized. And if you're not familiar with the motorcycle world, then let me just explain. There's pre-Hinckley Triumphs and post-Hinckley Triumphs nowadays. So Hinckley Triumphs were built in Hinckley in Leicestershire when a lovely guy called John Bloor bought the Triumph name and basically just brought the company back from the dead. And he did it by doing what the Japanese did to Triumph the first time round, which is looking at the opposition and doing the whole, you know, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and figuring out how to beat them. And his take on it was to be more Japanese. So this is a beautifully Anglo-Japanese sports bike. Wow. I tell you what, my video editing is getting really good. I bet that looked really realistic. Obviously I would never speed on the public road, and I did some clever stuff there, you know, with Photoshop, frame by frame, and some sound editing. But seriously, 70k limit here. This is now jumping into Kelberg, and we've got the brand new RingToys building on the right. There's Ring Freaks on the left, and this is the new RingToys building. I'm sure Richie won't mind if I do a quick lap of his car park. I don't see any lights on, so he's not here today. But this is the new RingToys building, which is looking pretty damn smart. Look at that door. That's trick. And if you want to go directly to the Nürburgring from here, you can go right at the 257. That takes you through Mullenbach, past La Lanterna. The direct route to my house is straight ahead, but I tell you what, in the spirit of diversity, I'm going to go a different way home. Oh, there's the bottle collecting man. There's a local guy who just cycles around, rain or snow, sunshine or fog, just picking up bottles, like you do. So this way here, the off-road route to my house, like on the mountain bike, you can head up this way, and that's a beautiful road, an old Roman road, all gravel and mud. Goes along the ridge line in a perfectly straight line for most of it. And the Mosbrucher is off to our left over there somewhere, and that's part of the Hoch Kelberg. The Hoch Kelberg, the High Kelberg, is the volcanic mountain that gives its name to Kelberg town. Berg meaning mountain, because there's Berg and Burg. A Burg is a castle, like the Nürburg, that's the castle, the Black Castle. And then you've got Kelberg, and that's the Kel Mountain. And the Kel Mountain is an extinct volcano off to my left, with a crater blown in the side of it, where the village of Mosbruch is. And it's the second highest, no, the third highest peak in the Eifel, I think. It's just less than 700 meters. It's, there it is, over there. No, there it is. That's it there, with the tower on. That's just another cinder cone left over from some spurious eruption. Oh, we're heading into more rain. I've got to get home. I've got a ham to prepare. Oh, I do like riding this bike. There's something about 1990s bikes that I just really enjoy. I know that I have no ABS. I know that I have no traction control. I know that it's got a redonkulous amount of power for the time. When Triumph brought this out, they were competing with the Kawasaki ZZR, the Suzuki GSX-R 1100, Yamaha FZR 1000X-Up, Honda CBR 1000. Those were the bikes that were competing with this Triumph Daytona for big badass straight line performance machine of the year, you know. And Triumph just took the same frame that they've been using for everything from touring bikes to naked bikes. This big steel backbone frame that's like a GPZ frame almost. And they just whacked another cylinder on the 900, and you'll love this, right? Let me just stop at this junction and I'll show you something. When you sit on the bike and you look down, you think, cool, okay, it looks pretty symmetrical, right? Cover, engine. Cover, oh, engine. Hello? What are you doing, Mr. Fourth Cylinder? It's because all the Triumphs were modular in design and they just threw another cylinder on the end. It's balanced fine. I mean, that's mostly cam chain that's sticking out to the right. It's not too much weight. Oh, these Michelins are amazing. I've got the Pilot Power 5s on, the 2CT, the 2 compounds. I just can't believe the grip that they offer in the cold and the wet. I mean, I pulled away there giving it something between 80 and 100 horsepower and it didn't even shuffle. The suspension on this bike is very good for its period. There was this trend in the late 80s to the early 90s to fit your, you know, to really up the quality of the suspension on your flagship offerings. And Triumph did it on this. They used Kayaba, and it's got 43mm right way up forks that are fully adjustable with meaningful adjustment. This is the period of meaningful adjustment. I would say heading towards the late 90s, early 2000s, is out of the period of meaningful adjustment. And what I mean by that is the manufacturers didn't trust the consumers as much with the adjustments to their motorcycles. So this bike, if I back off the rebound damping on the forks, it is backed off. They are open. If I tighten it all the way up, the damping is solid. It's locked. It's like, well, it's what I would describe as real suspension. I can tune it using the screwdriver and make meaningful adjustments. Shortly after this, the adjustments started to get less and less and less. So this is allowed for me. This says Anlieger frei. I am an Anlieger because my house backs onto this road. So I'm just going to my house. So this is, in English, this would be access only. Oh, but it is a terrible, terrible road to bring a sports bike down, especially in winter. I've not got my knobblies on. I'm not going to get too far through this leaf litter. If I brake on that stuff, I'm going down. Well, if you enjoy these moto vlogs, I would please encourage you to consider leaving me a like. Maybe drop me a comment, tell me what you like, what you don't like. And feel free to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, then please click that bell and turn the notifications on, and that way you won't miss a video. See, isn't the Eiffel beautiful? Even on a terribly, terribly overcast, rainy day, in the middle of December, when half of the green is turning brown and the brown that's left is turning grey, it's still a beautiful place. And I'll be wiping a lot of this brown and grey off my bike for the next half an hour, I guess. And if you're wondering, no, I'm not going to do the river crossing on the Triumph. I will go the long way home. Okie dokie. Welcome to Sarmersbach, and thank you for tuning in. Catch you later.